Hello, my loves. Today I'm gonna do a video on how we can go from a stressed life to a soft life. I feel like as women in the modern day, we are just taught to go, do as men are, stay on top of our Pilates routine, do the business, do the full-time job, do the side hustle, and somehow look all put together while we're doing it. And please do not get me wrong, I'm not here to tell you to go put an apron on and get back in the kitchen. In fact, I think that us women should be stepping out more and doing more things in the world, as you'll see through my next 5 points. And I'm not telling you to not be a girl boss, because I personally think women should be running more businesses, because we are the creative gender. We are here to birth things into this world. We are here to birth things into reality. So in theory, we should be the founders, we should be the visionaries, we should be the ones putting things into place, the curators, the ones getting a real feel for things. So yeah, please do not think it's one of them soft girl, quit your job and find a rich man kind of videos. It's really not. Okay, so number 1 is 3 things a day. I used to have to-do lists as long as my arm. I would never get them done. I would always get this sense of like, I'm falling behind, I'm not completing anything. And I think there's something so psychologically diminishing when you don't finish your to-do list for the day. And you're kind of setting yourself up for failure if you're not looking back at how long tasks are realistically going to take. Throughout this whole video, I think one of the main messages is just be more real with yourself, be more gentle with yourself, and manage yourself in a way that is kind. Don't be a harsh boss. Be a mentor, be a guide, be a best friend, be a gentle, caring mother to yourself. Don't give yourself a million things to do for the day. Just pick 3. And I stick to this rule every single day. So my to-do list could look like do laundry, work on social media clients, and go meet a friend. There's my 3 things. I don't need to do anything more, anything less. As you can see, those tasks are very varied. One is social, one is work, one is kind of home life. So try and keep the 3 things nice and varied, because within them things, you'll also have 3 things. So for example, the big task, that work, that could be broken down into email that person, think of ideas for next month for that social media client, and design a new email signature for myself. It could vary, but always 3 things, and it makes it more digestible. You can actually cross things off throughout the day, and I think that's just something so powerful in getting through your to-do list, completing the day, and coming to the end of the day and being able to rest in the knowledge that you did everything that you set out to do that day is just unmatched. It is so great and calming for your nervous system, which is kind of the theme for this whole video. We're putting our nervous systems above all else. Number 2 is less stimulation and less thinking and trying to figure it all out and trying to plan and do it all up here without putting things into the real world. You can think a whole business plan out, but it's not until you launch that business until you know how things are actually going to work, and you kind of have to think on your feet and pivot and move, and you can't do that in your head. You don't know how the world is going to respond. You don't know how the logistics of taking one thing to one place and doing another thing in another place is going to actually look like in real life. You can write that down on a paper, or there might be things you'd never ever even consider. You can't think and plan your way to success. You must do things in real life. There's only so much you should be taking in on advice, on knowledge. And if you're like me, you love watching videos like this and podcasts, and honestly, through every era of my life, whether that's getting into business or improving my faith or trying to get more clued up on skincare, like I'm always watching videos and listening to podcasts about it. But yeah, I have really cut out the noise and really cut down. I used to just have it on the background of everything and think I was being really productive and multitasking, but I challenge you to only watch things and listen to things when you're sat down with a pen and paper and you actually take the stuff in. Not only will you be digesting more of the information and actually applying it to yourself and making it easier for you to put out into the real world, I can bet you're probably going to take in a lot less videos, a lot less podcasts. And that can be a good thing. You don't want to overwhelm yourself with knowledge and not actually put anything into action, because that is just setting yourself up for failure, babe. So less consumption, less stimulation, and less trying to think yourself and plan yourself into your dream life. Again, we are women, we are outward creatures. Men are very thinking, very planning, like very logistical. Us as women, we need to flow, we need to be in the world, we need to put things out there, we need to literally physically move our bodies, we need to be talking, we need to communicate with people, and that is where our magic is kept as women. And there will be more videos on this, I am sure. Number 3 is minimalism done right. I'm not going to tell you to get rid of all of your clothes apart from a pair of jeans and a white t-shirt. No, being really minimal with the things and items that you have around you. You want to pick out the things that work for you. You want to pick out the things that bring you joy, and you want to pick out the things that will stand the test of time. So you actually have less things around you, but they're higher quality and they are more reliable. So a very simple example of this is I am a very, very loyal user of the Weleda Skin Food. That is my moisturizer. I can see that being my moisturizer when I'm 60 years old. I do not have any interest in changing that moisturizer, and it's very upsetting because the price keeps going up here in the UK and ordering online as well. So whenever I do go over and visit my friends in Berlin, I stock up on my Weleda. It's just in my routine. I will rebuy that over and over again until the day that I die. That is my moisturizer. I do not want to waste my time and mental energy and my money looking for other things and just accumulating more and more and more. Like, just keep it simple in your skincare, in your wardrobes, in your life. That's even down to like cutlery and plates and bedding. Just keep everything nice and simple, but high quality. And I'm not talking about high quality in like thread counts. I'm talking about high quality in the value that it adds to your life. So yes, having white bedding would be a safe option, but does that bring you joy? If pink polka dot bedding brings you joy, then get that pink polka dot bedding. Like, that's gonna add value to your life. But just keep it minimal. And when you have less stuff around you, less stuff to choose from, you have less overwhelm, you're more decisive, and you have so much wiggle room and mental space for just getting creative with what you've got. Another thing you should be applying minimalism to is the people around you. And this kind of leads into my next point. But you should be minimal with the people that you're letting into your lives, the people that you are spending your time and your energy with. You do not want people around you that are ruining your vibe, that are sucking your energy or disrespecting your boundaries or your time or anything like that. You don't want them people in your life. And while cutting people out can sound so brutal, I want you to do this in the most loving way. Just appreciate that they are a whole other person living a whole other life, and just say, listen, well, you don't have to say it to them, you can say it to yourself. Okay, this person has proven time and time again, they're always late, they're always cancelling on me. Maybe they just don't have time for me right now, and that is okay, but I do not have time to pour back into them if they're not going to pour it back. So I'm going to step away. That's all you need to do. And you're proving to yourself that you don't need to turn disrespect into hate. You can turn that little feeling of disrespect into, oh no, I'm going to protect my own boundaries and I can protect myself. And that will trickle into everything else, including point number 4, which is choosing yourself and your own peace over everyone. Everything and everyone, and that includes toxic relationships. We no longer have time for toxic relationships in our soft life. You know the feeling, like, you know deep down when you're in a toxic relationship, you will know. You're asking ChatGPT, is this right? You're constantly back and forth. There's toxic cycles going around. There's breakups, there's makeups, there's stressing out, there's mental games, there's bringing up childhood traumas. Like, it's all the things. And I'm here to tell you that is not the best way to heal. You do not need to slug through that. You do not need to help someone else in healing their traumas. You're not here to do that, baby girl. You're here to protect yourself and be the keeper of your own peace. And anyone who tries to break that, no, we do not have time for them at all. And as women, we can hear all the things, we can have all the ideas for the future, but really someone will show you. You just need to watch. You need to observe their character, you need to observe their actions, and you need to observe how they make you feel. And this is just a side message because I feel like someone is watching this right now who needs to hear it. I know getting out of that relationship feels like the hardest thing to do. You're so back and forth. Your friends have told you, people on the internet have probably told you, and have related to exactly what you're going through. But being alone is going to bring you so much more peace than being in any toxic relationship. And it's not going to go anywhere. And you shouldn't want it to go anywhere. And let me tell you, if it's the love and the life and the dream that you're looking for, that future vision, there will be someone waiting around the corner for you to just take a hot moment for yourself, to fill your cup, to get into that soft life, to romanticize your own life, to protect yourself again, to self-mother yourself again, to bring back your boundaries, to find out who you are, to get into your hobbies, to get that friendship circle around you again. Build yourself back up, because that person is waiting for you around the corner to give you all the joy, all the peace, and all the love than you could ever imagine. And you need to trust that. Okay, point number 5, a little bit more lighthearted, and that is bringing beauty to every day. Like I said, as women, we're very sensual, we're very visual, and bringing beauty into the everyday could be something simple like having a morning routine where you just draw the curtains, you make your coffee, you read a book. You're just taking life a little bit slower. And if that means waking up a little bit earlier so you can fill your day with these beautiful slow moments, do it. That could be things like having flowers on the table. That could be things like having a cute notebook at school or work. Just bringing beauty in whatever way you feel connected to. You know them things where you're just like, oh, I feel like I've treated myself today. That could be using like a wine glass to drink water out of. That could be things like a room spray. It could be things like walking a little bit slower, putting on your favorite sunglasses if that makes you feel cool and sassy and cute. And I promise you, it evokes this feminine girliness when you move a bit slower, you move a bit softer, you fill your life with just beautiful, meaningless things, which I don't think is meaningless at all. I think that is the modern world pounding out of you the femininity, like going back to that. I think the modern world is just like, go, 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 move faster, like does the job, whatever water bottle, like da-da-da. No, romanticize things a little bit more. Do the silly things. If it makes you feel that little girly joy in your belly, that is a good sign. That should be your navigation for life. And a recent example of this is I was carrying around big bags everywhere. No matter where I was going, I would just carry this huge tote bag, and I would throw my laptop in there, a few books, pens, gum, like I would have everything in there, but it was just so heavy. And I don't want to go into the psychology of this because I've been traveling a lot of my life. I've been moving back and forth, different houses, different relationships, just always a big bag on my back. And recently I bought this, well, it's not tiny, I'll get there, I'll get to the micro bags. But right now we're at this size. This is the size of bag that we're at. And it's so cute, and I can still fit quite a lot in here, but it's just big enough I can like put it on my arm, and it just makes me feel like I haven't got a care in the world. I've got my essentials, but I'm not, again, being like a workhorse and carrying this big heavy bag around with me. I've got this cutesy, gorgeous little pretty bag, and that's what lights up my little girly indicator. So it might sound silly, but I think we really need to reframe that whole silliness and take more pride in our girly femininity, soft and playful selves. I think the men are just jealous. So yeah, that was my quick little 5 points. If you have any more tips, let me know what makes you feel most soft and most feminine. Comment down below, we'll start a little chat. And yeah, I wish you all the best on your journey from stress life to soft life. Make sure you subscribe and let me know what you want to see next. Bye.